Hi everyone, welcome to our twin flame reading, the first one of 2020. I wanted to do it today, which is January 11th. I'm starting this reading at 6:50 p.m., which is an 11. So I'm just surrounding us with that energy as much as I can. We just had a full moon last night. I'm not sure what time it happened. I don't know. I'm not sure what time it happened. Anyway, we had a full moon, and I'm happy that the moon is now full because I've had a little bit of difficult energy a couple days before, but I normally do. I'm very much influenced by the moon's energy. Anyway, so I feel lighter today, and we're going to do our reading. Okay? Now, I'm going to, I was going to say I'm putting a little twist to this, but I don't know if it's a twist or what I'm going to do is I'm really inviting my guides in today, and I am I'm just going to go with that flow. I'm just going to open the reading up to my guides. I hope you know what I mean by that. And I don't want you to worry about when you see this reading because, I don't know, this may sound like fantasy to some, but I feel that, if we're talking about guides, the network of guides, I feel that my guides will contact, you'll be brought here whenever you're meant to be brought here. I laugh because some people think I'm ridiculous, but that's okay. One more shuffle. All right, my loves. It is Saturday evening. There are some noises around me that, I can't control. I would if I could. Trust me. I appreciate my quiet. So just going to go with the flow. If you're into the reading, then you shouldn't hear anything. Okay. And let's begin. Look at this with the High Priestess. So, we're doing a spiritual reading, and the High Priestess is the first card that comes up. Part of me feels like it's a message for me. Just saying, we're here, we're ready. A peek through the veil. A peek into what it is that will help give us hope. Perhaps answers. So I like that the High Priestess is the first card. The connection is coming from the top of our heads. We have the Tower. And I feel like the Tower is coming out because I feel like we're about to go into a story. We're going back, and it's like the High Priestess, who's ever meeting us here right now, is about to tell us a story of this Tower, of the demise of the Tower. Maybe not the demise. Might have been a little harsh, I feel. Princess of Cups just flipped herself around in the deck. She's connected to the Tower. You know, it's like she's sitting on the shore, and it's like I'm waiting for my sailor to come home. I'm waiting. You know, I feel like she's waiting, but yet in the same breath, I feel like there's no expectations. Like she has. What do I mean by that? You know, it's like she's not thinking of time. It's almost like time doesn't exist because she's just thinking of her sailor. You know, I feel like when I say time doesn't matter, I feel the reason why time doesn't matter to this princess, and I feel like I'm going to use the term princess because, you know, we may be going to a past life, a past time, um, you know, a time that you and I do not live in as this form. Anyway, because I feel like, you know, I feel like intuitively she knows that her sailor is coming. It's funny I'm saying sailor because I don't want you to get the image. Maybe for some it is like a sailor in a uniform. Um, I feel like this person that she's waiting for, if I was going to say masculine, would be very strong, very strong, very muscular. Worn, you know, worn, like worn. I don't want to say worn down as in like running out of energy or steam. No, I mean like the skin is worn, you know, his skin is like leathery. Um, you know, this is someone who I feel like when I work for maybe months at a time, maybe a week at a time, but I feel like when I work, I'm working, um, I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone from my homestead, and I can be gone for quite a time. Okay. She's sitting by water, and that's the main thing that's probably pulling me to like the ship, right? Waiting for her ship, waiting for um, her sailor, and it could be a sailboat. You know, it could be. Certainly, probably is. It probably is. Okay. Anyway, there's something very intuitive about this princess. You know, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say like dabbles in witchcraft, but I don't know if witchcraft is the word I want to say because I feel like she's very good at this, and maybe I am putting together potions and what have you. And I want to say I feel like, you know, this is nothing that she does like for anyone outside of herself. This is only for her and those that she loves. So she may make like potions and lotions and maybe soaps, but I feel like there's a twist on them. Because I kind of feel like some of them may have been like a love potion, and she may have just cast a love potion. And because I feel like she just intuitively knows, right, that he's out there and he's at least heading now in her direction. You know, I'm seeing this tower here, and I'm wondering if, you know, so she intuitively knows that he's coming, but I'm wondering if she may have heard that the ship caught on fire. The ship was destroyed. I feel like she may have heard that from someone else, you know, words of that he's gone, right? That he's like, you know, don't, you know, someone saying you just have to face the facts that he's gone. But yet, you know, that may have stung for a minute, and then I feel like she got to work. That's what she did. She got to work, and she created probably her best work ever in the form of a love potion. So she's sitting there very confident. Even though the tower is right there, she's still very, very confident that he's going to come to her. You know, as the princess goes, I don't feel like she is really, you know, her heart is suffering, right? Emotionally, she's suffering, but I feel like her lifestyle, you know, I feel like she does pretty well. And I'm saying that, but I almost feel like she lives, you know, maybe it's like a mansion with her parents, but she definitely feels of age. Maybe they just stayed longer. I had the King of Swords. I have the Two of Pentacles. And I have the Empress. Okay, this is what I feel like is happening. I feel like somebody gives this princess word that her lover is lost at sea, right? Something happened. There's destruction. He's dead. He's dead. And I feel like the main energy, I feel like it all stemmed from the mother. I feel like the mother doesn't want her daughter with who the daughter loves. I feel like the mother actually has someone else in mind. And you know, it's like this mother feels, it's funny because, and I don't know, all of a sudden I feel like, did the mother send out another ship to try to cause the destruction of her daughter's lover? I think she did. I think she sent her posse, or whatever you want to call them, her thugs, out to sea to destroy her daughter's lover's ship. And she's doing it because she wants her daughter to be with another man. And it's funny because when I feel the energy of this man that the mother wants, you know, there is, I don't know, I think it's for name, probably for name only, really, because I don't feel like this is a very nice man. I feel like, you know, he's definitely in a leadership position, you know, I have stout. I don't feel like, you know, I'm the king, I'm the emperor, or anything like that, but maybe close, maybe what's between a knight and a king. That's kind of what I feel like. I'm almost like I'm someone's right-hand man. Right-hand man. Okay, let's keep going. So we have quite the conniving mother over here. And I feel like, you know, like what she says goes. So if she, you know, and I don't know if we're in like a family of royalty here. You know, I don't feel like I have that much say-so in my community, but I do feel like she's definitely like a socialite. Okay. And she does have money, but she also has power. She has some type of position of power, because when she sends these men out to destroy the ship, you know, they don't question it. They just go. And I keep pointing to that man. So maybe this man that the mother wants the princess to be with, maybe he is the leader of the crew that's going to go out and destroy the ship. Try to destroy it. And, you know, the princess feeling that, getting word of that, something, knowing that something wasn't right, right? Intuitively, she knew that something wasn't right in what was being told to her. So, what she was creating was all about bringing her lover safely home. Okay. You know, all of a sudden I'm feeling like Asia. And I know that's not going to be for everyone, but I feel like I'm in, yeah, kind of feel like I'm in Asia, and I feel like it's more the princess. We have the Eight of Pentacles, and we have the Prince of Pentacles. So we have pentacles surrounding this king. Look at that, we have more pentacles. We have the Six of Pentacles attached to Temperance. Okay, let me give you some signs, because I know some of you really want that. I kind of would like to eliminate that, but I just had this feeling like someone's like, give me the signs. So Princess of Cups, and this is only possible. You know, it can be anyone. That's why I don't like to give you the signs, because, you know, if you feel like you're resonating with this, and maybe you're an earth sign, you know what I mean? But, and I do feel like the Princess of Cups is coming out to represent the love in this reading. But anyway, so that would be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. When I look at a princess, I usually think, you know, someone younger or someone of an earlier time, you know, past lives, when I was young, that type of thing. Okay, we have the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have the Empress. You know, the Empress, I just give her all signs because, you know, she's in the Taurus energy, but I give her all signs because she is, you know, in the light, she's a representation of all the queens, right? So and what I mean by that is I feel in my readings, when she's in the light, that this is someone who's had a lot of life experience, a lot of life challenges, a lot of different things to really teach and mold this woman to who then she becomes, right? And she's a great nurturer, right? She's someone who comes from love in the upright. Well, I shouldn't say in the upright, in the light, because I do have her upright. And maybe she's upright because in maybe her sick little way there, she feels it's stemming from love, right? I do this out of love. But do you really? Anyway, I have the Princess of Pentacles down here, which is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I have Temperance, which is Sagittarius. Okay, and I'm going to bring the clarifiers out right away with the Ace of Wands. So this is movement. Look at that with the Ace of Pentacles. Hello. Nine of Wands. To me, this is the energy many times in a reading of past lives. So look at this. We'll see why. I should just call this a past life reading. See if it is going to come around to this life and, you know, what we're supposed to be learning from this, right? Because when I do a reading like this, these stories come up because, you know, it was either us or we can learn from what they've gone through. You know, we may find maybe something's going on with us and we never considered it could be our mother, and then, but the storyline is like, whoa, it could be happening now, but the storyline sounds familiar, then it may be saying to you, hey, I might have to look at mom here. Poor mom's like, you know. I mean, she feels a little evil. So I guess you would know if that was your mom or not. You know, and sometimes the reading is you may have come here because you just started learning about potions and that, and you know, you're torn whether to do it, and here this could have been your younger self, and that's exactly what she did, and she did it with confidence. And she had like no doubt around it. Like there's no doubt around it. There's no darkness around it. I don't feel like she's doing anything evil. Um, and she's only doing it for herself now. Doesn't mean she can't do something with it, right? Okay. And you could get many small messages like that. All right, let's break this baby down. Let's start at the beginning. You know, we're always going to keep the whole spread in mind, right? Because it's telling us a story right now. So we're going to keep it all in mind, but we're going to add to it is what we're going to do. We're going to amplify it. We have the Eight of Wands, and we have the Ace of Swords. You know, that feels like communication. Coming over the High Priestess here, right? That's like communication. And, you know, the Eight of Wands, when I see the Eight of Wands, one of the things that comes to my mind is what I think about, I bring about. What I think about, I bring about. And then here's this Ace of Swords. So, you know, this princess and her sailor, I don't know if I should keep calling him that. You know, they may connect. They may connect. They may connect, you know, why can't I think of the word? What the heck? I swear, guys, I'm not just stupid. When I'm not reading, like, I come to it right away. When I'm reading, it's like, what's the word? Telepathically? That's one word we can use. I feel like they have that connection. Because I almost feel like she sends out a warning, right? Because this tower, like, she's looking at that tower. And she's got, like, no fear against that tower. There's no fear. So I feel like the tower goes over here, right? And, or, you know, again, I feel like she's sending something out, whether it's a signal in some way, you know, again, telepathically. I feel like over here it's saying he receives it. He receives it. Because he receives the communication. And this communication is as above, so below. You know what I mean by that? So, yeah, let's keep going. Temperance, again. Temperance. Coming over the tower. Okay, first of all, I often say when the tower shows up, many times there's a blessing afterwards. Let's put it that way. Sometimes the tower itself is a blessing, right? It's moving us in position of our soul's desire. And sometimes it means I got to come in and interrupt the human flow, right? That human mind. So that's part of it. Temperance is also, I feel like this person, I feel like the sailor has been away for a while. Because I feel like a very, I don't know, what do I want to say about this princess? Like, she's very classy. And, you know, she doesn't worry about anything except for him. So anyways, I feel like she's been waiting. She has been waiting. Temperance talks about patience, right? But Temperance also talks about divine order, about things coming into fruition in their divine time, right? When it's right, it's right. So I like that Temperance is coming. It's almost like Temperance comes out as the angel that's watching over the sailor. I just got goosebumps, so I must be on the right track. You know, the guardian angel, or that is protecting. But you know, this angel, if I, you know, I'm going to say angel. This angel, I feel like does dual purpose. So protects you, protects him, protecting the connection. Okay, which consists of you two, right? Protecting the connection of the two. I have goosebumps like crazy. I have the two pentacles. Well, I'm not surprised about that. You know, when I see the two pentacles, I don't really think pressure. I'm not really under, you know, I don't know. I don't feel the pressure within the two pentacles like I would in the two of swords, right? I'm still questioning, can I, should I, that type of thing. Maybe in that, I almost feel like she's telling the mother, let me think about it, right? Let me think about that. Almost not saying no, because if I give a direct no, this princess already knows hell will break loose, right? I don't know if the princess knows yet that the trouble that's being sent out to her lover is sent from the mother. Not that she doesn't know she knows that she's capable of a lot of evil things, right? She already knows that. I feel like she still has a love for her. It is her mother. I feel like, after all, I have to say, like, after all, it's still her mother. But she's well aware of what she's capable of, but I don't think she knows about this. Well, that it's mom. I don't know. But nonetheless, I feel like the princess is playing it cool, telling the mother she'll consider it, even though, you know, when the mother brings something to her, there's really not a choice to consider. It's almost like, you're going to do it, but I'm going to play the game of allowing you to think about it, right? I'm going to allow you to pretend that you get to think about it, but bottom line is, it's going to go my way. You know, some of you may be saying, well, why didn't the Empress come in reverse? Well, she didn't need to come in reverse because, you know, as I look at the card, I can almost feel, you know, I'm not feeling like, I don't feel the evil here, but I can feel like, it's like I can see the evil around her, even if she doesn't look it. So it doesn't necessarily have to come in reverse for me to read it in a dark energy. But again, you know, this princess still has love for her, but she's not naive. You know, when her lover comes home, I feel like that will probably be the end of the relationship between these two. If he comes home, right? If he comes home. Fingers crossed. We have the Five of Wands. We have the Hermit, card of Virgo. Here's this. We have the Empress again. We have the Eight of Pentacles, which we also have down here. We have the Three of Swords. And we have the Five of Cups. I don't mean to laugh, but, you know, I'm getting this image of, like, Cinderella. And, you know, how they put her to work. How they made her do all the dirty work, you know, scrubbing of the floors, everything. Everything. And I'm just getting that image right now with almost like what the mother is thinking. Like the mother is thinking, if, not if, but I think she's confident that this lover will be killed. I think she's very confident in that, because it's almost like she's going to the next plan. And even though there is this relationship that she wants to hook her daughter up with, not hook her up, but put her in, there's still this other element where I feel the mother is very much like the story of Cinderella, where this princess almost like, well, gets lied to. This is what the mother is thinking. Okay, this hasn't happened yet, but this is the way the mother would like to see it go down, right? So she connects the two of them, which in some way must benefit the queen, because you know, it's like she doesn't do anything unless there's a benefit for her. I'm seeing these pentacles, so I'm sure it's money, okay? And then this princess, through the mother's thoughts, will then become almost like this king's over here, his slave, right? His, you know, saying housekeeper is too kind. That's too kind of a term. So, you know, that's what the mother, wow. And, you know, and she's thinking to herself, you know, my daughter's going to be heartbroken. And when she's heartbroken, I can get her to do whatever I need her to do, right? So she's like forecasting that the princess will be, you know, very sad and crying, and, you know, is going to have a hard time overcoming. But then the mother is going to use this for her, you know, is going to use this against her. You know, it's almost like I'm grabbing her in a weak moment, and she'll follow me in that weak moment. Wow. Wow, guys. What am I going to call this reading? I don't even know. So then I have a hermit here. It's funny, because I have the hermit up against the empress. Wow. Wow. Who's stronger? Who's stronger here? I kind of feel like the hermit is representing the lover at sea. Not necessarily that he's a Virgo, but I feel the energy, I feel the strength of, what I feel is, how do I explain this? I feel like the lover feels the connection, right? When I say as, or, what's wrong with my brain? This sailor, you know, he follows the night sky. You know, he knows that the sky is a map for him to follow. I feel like there's a particular line or constellation or something that he follows. I feel like he knows that, you know, like that formation of stars came out for him. This is for him to follow, okay? And so he is following it. And it's almost like he's going into incognito. And, you know, like if we look at today's radar, he would disappear from the radar screen. So I feel like, you know, like I'm going dark. I feel like he must travel through the night. So, you know, it's this energy against the Queen's energy, which is evil, right? And it's got its own power. Two different types of powers, but look at that. We have the King of Swords on top of the King of Swords. Look at that. We have the moon. Look at that. Look at that. This is just pulling me in. You know, and it's funny because I feel like this King of Swords, though I'm seeing two kings, and it could very well be two kings, but what I'm feeling is I'm seeing two sides of this king, and I feel like, especially as it relates to our sailor, he knows this one king as reliable, right? This may be someone he's worked with in the past, you know, because, you know, when I think of him, I think of someone's reliable. I'm not sure why that matters yet, other than I do feel like it will come down to a fight, a struggle. And I feel like this king almost, so, you know, I'm assuming then they must find the ship. And then a struggle ensues, and I feel like, you know, perhaps when this king approaches our sailor, you know, he's approaching as a friendly face, right? He approaches as a friendly face, but it's a facade, you know, because here is his true self, right? And I feel like not only do they break out into a struggle, but I feel like this king also then lies to this, almost like the king is saying, you know, don't even bother rushing back. The princess has been killed. The princess is dead, right? So giving the sailor some type of false information. And I feel like this sailor, even though, you know, within the hermit energy is usually not hate in your heart, I do feel, because I feel like he knows, whether intuitively, and I think he knows, you know, what the mother's capable of. And I think he figures that out, right? And I feel like the king also, maybe it is because, you know, the princess is dead or something like that. Because we have a lot of sorrow over here, right? And we have two people in sorrow, and it's not the queen. It's not the queen. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Chariot. The moon, it's funny because the moon is card of Pisces, but Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the Chariot is a card of Cancer. So for some of you, we have a double Cancer. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Four of Wands. And we have the Prince of Pentacles. I don't know why he's in reverse. Kind of don't like that. Don't like that because I was just about to say, I feel at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I felt like these two do come back together, right? And the Four of Wands, to me, in my readings, you know, because you have to look at it like, you know, how does it stir Sandy's mind, right? Because I'm reading it. Well, the Four of Wands is, you know, one of my favorite cards in the tarot when it talks about a relationship and love, because it's very, very balanced, right? It's almost like, you know, the four, I'm thinking the two and the two, right? The twin coming together. But I have this Prince in reverse, and I don't like that, to be honest. I don't like that, but as I look, he's sitting on top of Temperance. You know, I'm feeling different things. I want to just say one thing I'm feeling real quick, and then I want to take a couple cards on it. So I feel like this Prince of Pentacles is also a son to this Empress. Okay, I've been calling her Queen. We can call her Queen. She doesn't really fit the Empress title. Anyways, I feel like a son to this Empress, and I feel like the son had died. Because it seems like a lot of the sorrow comes from this Prince of Pentacles in reverse. And I feel like, this is where her anger and everything stems from. Okay. 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 I don't really know how or why, but maybe that's all we're supposed to know. Alright. Oh, look at that. We have the sun. Look at that. We have the sun coming over. So what I wanted to look at was the Four of Wands with the sun. This Prince of Pentacles may be because this person, I feel like, passed away, who is related to the Empress. And it puts the Empress in this sorrow. It's funny because she's experiencing the sorrow that she is now wishing upon her daughter, which is crazy, right? Because it is, so maybe her son was taken through battle or something and had something, I don't know, maybe he was to protect it. I don't know that. But what I do know is the sun just came out. And it's really connecting a lot of this energy. And I feel like the sun is representing Temperance up here, who's representing the angel that's watching over this connection. What would the mother say about that? Nonetheless, this is exactly what I feel. So, and maybe that's why I kept having a hard time saying angel. I don't know, but now I can. Like now I can place the energy in here, and it is, so it's the princess's brother. Okay, but I want to come back over here for a minute. I feel like we just went to the outcome. But we haven't finished the story yet, so. There's the Two Swords. A lot of confusion over here. A lot of hiding, a lot of lies. A lot of someone trying to persuade, but persuade in like darker type of energy. I know who it is. But, it's almost like our sailor being hypnotized, and I feel like this is what this princess, this is probably like this potion, right? What she's trying, or telepathically what I'm trying to reach him, right? She may be trying to reach him about not trusting this king over here. And I feel like, ultimately, I feel like this sailor is, kind of confused, right? I thought that you and I were friends, and here you come to kill me, or I thought you and I were friends, and, or you told me the princess was dead, but he's not feeling that the princess is dead, right? He doesn't feel it inside. But he's in that state of confusion. How do I know? I don't know, right? But I don't feel. And I feel like the same thing is coming from this direction, from the princess, right? Don't trust. All is well, right? All is well. Come home to me. Come home. Beware, beware of everything. And ultimately, I know that, well, let's not jump again. Let's just do one more. Because, I have our sailor with the Two of Swords energy, and I'm feeling it is very confused energy right now. Almost like I don't know what to believe, right? But I know the princess's energy is super strong. It's penetrating him, and he's feeling it. I feel he's just feeling it with still confusion. Okay, but it is making him question. It's making him question what he's hearing, and he doesn't feel it in his gut. So this Chariot is underneath that confusion, right? Chariot is the divine masculine and the divine feminine coming into union, right? It is the balance, right? It's when we find true balance within our lives. Because it's also about the divine feminine and masculine within ourselves, right? We can't really move the Chariot until we begin there. Anyway, I'm going to keep going on that. Whoa. Just kind of fell out of my hand. Alright. We have the Devil. Surprise, surprise. That's card of Capricorn. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Nine of Swords. I feel like, sorry, I'm being quiet for a second. I kind of feel like we're jumping to the end. I don't know. I do feel like the two of them did break out in a battle. I think it was like a fist fight type of thing. I don't think it was like with knives. Maybe, but and I do feel like the sailor got wounded, but not critically. But enough that it can slow him down, okay? I feel like, like I got stabbed in the side or something, but it didn't hit any organs. But yet I'm bleeding and that kind of thing. Anyway, I don't feel like, well, the bottom line is, so I feel like that breaks out, right? That's how we open the reading. And then I feel like, maybe this king realizes, can't really take him. So I feel like this is when he starts saying the princess is dead and this and that and that. And it throws, of course, the sailor into turmoil for a minute, right? Turmoil. But yet, again, we have the energy of this angel down here, the brother, soon-to-be brother-in-law, who is watching over both. Like, both are being watched over, right? And mom. But I feel like I'm keeping an eye on mom, and I'm watching out for the two of you. And you definitely, this sailor definitely in the battle. Definitely in the battle. And the princess is knowing that the sailor is in a battle of his life, right? But ultimately, it's, I feel like I don't know why, I almost feel like this king doesn't want to kill the sailor, but what he wants to do is get the sailor to sail away, right? So he tells him all these things. Maybe the princess is the only reason the sailor would go back to these shores, right? Because I kind of feel like that. But the bottom line is, the sailor snaps out of the sailor, starts to trust what he's feeling, and this is when, like, the Chariot. Oh, we're kind of talking about Cinderella in a way again, right? Anyway, this is when the Chariot. This is when clarity comes, right? This is when I'm going back. I'm getting my baby, right? This is when nothing can stop him. And I see the Four Swords down here, and I feel like that's the healing. That's a healing from, like, his battle wounds. And I want to look at one more thing. I feel like I'm saying and a lot. I had the Five of Swords. Just wanted to see the connection here. I don't know why I have so many cards. This was not my plan. But I didn't have a plan at all. Okay, I feel like we're just moving more towards the end then, because I definitely feel like the sailor is making it back home, right? Making it back home. And I have to say, I feel like I don't want to say that this queen is killed. No, because the sailor wouldn't have that because he knows that his princess still has love for his mother. You know how it is. Not like I adore my mother. It's just something that's innate within the princess. Anyway, I do feel like, it's almost like she had to go spend some time in the dungeon. I do feel like she paid a price for her crime, but I feel like the price that she paid were decided by the princess and the sailor, soon to be the husband and wife. Probably now are the husband and wife, and I feel like they're the two that decide the princess's or the mother's fate. Because I feel like once the sailor gets home, like all this crap just goes away. And then we just have to deal with the mother over here. I love that the sun is also coming over the Four of Wands energy. I mean, that couldn't be any more beautiful when it comes to two people being together, right? Two people being together. And don't forget, I mean, when you're a twin, right, you come down spirit, you got the soul must split. Each must go on their own experiences, right? Each must go on their own experiences. So when they come back together, they're filling each other up with, these adventures and what have you, whatever it is that we've collected. And, but the moving separately is imperative in a twin flame journey. So don't hate that process, right? My hand's over there. Don't hate the process of needing to spend that time where each is collecting, right? Because the communion, the coming together, will always happen. There is no question about it. Does it necessarily mean it's going to happen in this lifetime? Of course not. But if you think of the reality of it, this lifetime is very, very short, right? So, I know the connection, right? The energy is there. You're just here having experiences. So it's whether it's in this lifetime or not. But though I have to say, I feel like, if you found yourself here, chances are then yours is in this lifetime, right? But this is about a past lifetime. And wow, very, very interesting. I don't know. I didn't know where we were going to go, and I just let it go. So I guess ultimately we end up together, right? And it's talking about the battle. So I think the messages are in what transpired in here. Whether it be short little messages here and there, little bits and pieces, or it's a whole storyline, or even knowing, right? These two people, it was their energy that got each other through, and they weren't physically together. They could reach each other without physically being together. So remember that, okay? And in our storyline, because the princess trusted in that and trusted in sending him the energy, right? However she went about it, and he was open to receiving it, they save each other's life, right? Because if he would never come home, look at where look at where the princess would be. She would be with this abuser over here and being their slave, so to speak, right? So they save each other's life. So funny. I just said that to my boyfriend a couple days ago. I said, I used to think I was sent into your life to help save your life, because he's got some medical conditions and that. And I said, but I'm starting to realize now that you were also sent into my life to save my life. And He really is, especially after like losing my son in that. I definitely feel that we're just meant to be in each other's life. I have no doubt. This is just something I've never been so sure about. Doesn't mean everything's hunky-dory all the time, but we definitely put the effort in. This is worth it. That's the thing. It's got to be worth it to you, but you can overcome. And remember, they don't have that physical connection yet, but it's coming, because down here they do. Down here they have exactly what they deserve, the Four of Wands, with the sun over that. Oh, just gorgeous. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop talking. I still don't know what I'm going to title this. A twin flame. This is twin flame energy, or past life. Yeah, past life. It's a twin flame past life reading. We'll see. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me again. I wish you well on your journey. Keep the faith. If you choose, you don't have to choose to stay proactive in this type of relationship. You can step aside. And it'll form whenever it's convenient the next time, so to speak, in universal energy. So, don't think this is anything that you're tied to. It's an absolute must. Sometimes you got to let things happen when they happen, not be too forceful, right? Just relax in it and learn that when I love me and, I get into my own creative spirit, that's when I'm really emanating love. That's when love is, that's when I feel messages get to those that we love. When we're not maybe just sitting there just concentrating on it, right? When I open up my own self, well, aren't I doing the same for my love? Okay, guys, thank you again. I love you. Here is to everyone's dreams coming true in 2020. I love you. Bye-bye.